Best in podcast, the best in town. You wanna get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Thames, if you wanna go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Shannon Newth.
And
we're
no
no
damn
damn
experts.
experts.
You usually,
Oh boy.
yeah, we've proven that time and time again. Usually, before we launch into the podcast, I am unaware of what's going to happen.
This is true, yeah.
Today, I've had a unique opportunity
Yeah.
to know a little bit more, but why don't you fill in for the people listening
Yeah.
at home, in their car, at the gym, out on the
If
trail?
you're sitting on a beach,
Yeah,
I
wherever
will live
you're
vicariously
listening.
through you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who do we have in the room?
Oh,
This-
yes, Henry. Go ahead.
This is the BBC.
Ooh. Wow.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, that, everyone, is Henry. We also have Travis in studio with us. Thanks for being here, guys.
No
Yeah.
worries.
Thanks
Yeah.
for having us.
So let's start with the basics. Let's get to know what drives these two humans. The things that we're looking for is where are you from? How long you've been in the area? What your history is. Like, when was the first time you knocked over a liquor store? Those type of things. We want to get to know who you are. Who wants to start?
I guess I'll start.
Thanks, Travis. Yeah.
Guess.
I was born in Missoula originally, and
Okay.
then raised in Great Falls. Lived in Great Falls. Graduated high school here,
Which high school?
CMR.
Okay.
That's a
Boo.
touchy subject. When we were younger, we did have some friends of mine that did try to rob the train down here and get the beer from the train.
Really?
Oh, wow.
So to
Okay.
comment-
You said tried to, so
Tried
they
to.
weren't
We made
successful?
we made an attempt, a
Okay.
strong attempt that night, but he came back with empty hands. So.
Okay. Well, at
See,
least
listen,
yeah.
would we have even gotten that story had I not?
Good
And let me
prompt.
just say, it's the first time I used that one.
It was. Well, you picked the right prompt,
I
I guess.
did.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah. All right.
So what have you devoted most of your life to after the failed beer robbery?
Right. Basically mountain biking and building trails.
Okay.
Yeah. Tried to turn my life around and be a little more positive with things. So yeah, started racing BMX here in Great Falls.
Oh, nice.
We
Oh.
have the BMX track
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Used to be out there by McGoffin Research Center, I think it is, but it's moved here. Great asset. It's been there for a long time. Met all my kind of original friend set from that. So that was pretty cool. So
Nice.
So my brother, we were in town visiting family when my brother was really little, and he ended up doing a race at the BMX track
Oh.
back in the day when it was south of town. And I just remember that. I'm like, how lucky is he that he just gets to randomly do this? Like, it's so,
Yeah.
was like such a big city experience. So
Did you ever do it?
no,
Hmm.
it was for boys.
there's
What?
girls racing too.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
Plenty of girls out there.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't see me. I'm one.
Yeah, there's
Okay, so yeah, did you have more? I was gonna.
No,
Okay,
I'm good.
Your turn, Henry. Have you
That's
tried?
your whole life.
Yeah.
well,
that's-
I don't think they want the whole story, do they?
You got some interesting parts in there.
How about
Maybe
you?
they'll-
Have you
what part?
tried?
What
yeah.
parts did he miss?
Yeah. What are you thinking?
What are the
of?
big, like? Did he have a successful liquor store robbery?
No.
Mm.
I mean, I kind of have had one. Wasn't a
He's
lic-
like, this is not what I signed up
Yeah.
Henry's
had
like-
some
But
things.
let's have Henry tell us
Yeah.
about where he's from.
Henry, how about you?
Terry.
Have you had a successful train robbery situation?
I did. I
Okay.
did. It was my brother's. I just knocked it over as going around because
Oh.
I didn't have one.
Oh,
I can't have it. You can.
Yeah.
older,
Wow.
younger brother.
He's older.
Oh,
Mm.
oh, that makes
I didn't
sense.
have any sense then.
Yeah.
What now? I was brought up in Maine.
Oh, Oh,
I was a foster child at 5,
oh my.
and then we had a whole bunch of people in the house all the time. Generally, there's between 9 and 14 or so people in the house, and it's pretty small
Wow.
in Maine. No, it was wood stove heating, no toilet in it.
Huh.
You had to go out on the barn. So we're talking way back when. And one
This was not that long ago, but when I picture portions of Maine, I envision a lot of kind of off the grid experiences.
That backwoods
Rustic,
situation.
rustic.
Yeah, rustic. That's the good
Yeah.
word. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a well, and when that went dry, you had to take the old steel milk cans and go fill them up and bring them back. So it was interesting.
Folks, I do need to share. Henry does not look like he's 150. So this has been like recent times.
Yes. Yes.
So he's close.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to a one-room schoolhouse. Fabulous teacher.
And it was,
Got up to the big school, thought they'd all be smarter. They as dumb as dirt compared to me. Then I joined the military because I was drafted.
Mm.
And I said, man, I'd rather not. So I went in the Air Force instead, and stayed
Is
there.
that an Air Force dig joke? Yeah.
No, that's good for the Air Force.
Okay.
As a dig at the Army.
Uh-huh.
Like we do all our sister uniform brothers and sisters. So I did that for 26 and a half years, went all over the world, had a fabulous time, married several times, divorced several more. And I finally got my act together, and the wife I have now for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
Fab, best woman in the world.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well,
couldn't
congratulations.
beat it. Oh, thank you very much.
It's not easy to do.
No.
Obviously, as you pointed out.
Yes, well, I was young and stupid. And I'm old and stupid now, but young and
But
stupid,
she
you
stuck
get
with
into
ya?
more troubles. Oh, yeah. She's good people. She looks after me.
Mm.
Lord knows I need it. He looked after me for a long time, too, so he's good people.
Okay, so how do you two know each other then?
No, wait.
Wait,
Oh.
You
well,
can answer
Oh.
that, but how did you end up in Montana?
It was one of the places I was stationed.
Okay.
Mm.
So I bought a house here, and then I went off to New Jersey. Then I went to Germany. Then I came back here and retired. That's where I took a mountain biking when I was 47,
Okay.
Nice.
and I've been addicted ever since.
Ooh.
Nice.
Absolutely addicted.
Mm.
I have so many bikes. Gosh, it's fabulous.
It's a good addiction, it sounds
It-
like.
it is.
Yeah.
I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't run around.
Yeah, if you're going to have an addiction, this is a good one to have.
It has busted. I always said I wanted to go into the grave, not pristine. People say, can't you get hurt? I want to go busted, broken, and you can see
Yeah.
the visual damage.
Fully used.
So
that's
It's there.
So you're on your way to that, is
I've
that?
broken my ankle. I've broken this finger snowboarding.
Oh,
I've ripped off both my shoulders, 4th
Oof.
degree separation.
oof.
I've had this one patched, and I can do that. I can't do that. This
Oh.
one's ripped off. Didn't have it fixed. Still can do that.
Huh.
So it's weird. For folks that can't see,
Yeah.
let's
He
raise
was
my hand
lifting
above
his
my
arms.
arm.
Yeah.
It's more mobility on
So
one
where
side.
did your two paths cross?
Mm-hmm.
I
probably out on the trail.
nope.
You
No?
ran into
didn't
each
get
other?
out. You weren't on the trail.
That was that big bang right there.
He was still a BMXer at the time, and all he had was BMX bikes. But he worked at a shop with Bren, who started up Knickerbocker and did a fabulous job
Oh.
for the city. And so I was looking for a bike, and as a salesman, he tried to get me such and such bike. So I got that bike, and then later on, he started to ride mountain bikes, and we went to the North Shore, and he had the little 24-inch. You remember that first run we ever had? He was fitter than all of us. The problem is he didn't have tubeless or anything. Well, if you go off the trail on these, you're going to hit cactus, and you won't be running very long. So no one had a spare for him. So
Oh.
he had to walk his bike back. But he
Oh,
was
man.
fast as long as the air lasted. So we met. So actually, it was Mike and buying a bike. Then we started riding, and he put up with an old man. He had to wait for me, like good people do. And so we've been riding since then, however long that is.
Yeah.
Mm.
Long
How
time.
many years? How many years are we talking? 10, 15, 20?
I mean, I started racing BMX when I was just at the tail end of grade school. So like 5th or 6th grade.
What year?
Oh, I don't know what year that was. We'll just leave it at that. And then just kept riding. And then BMX was always cool to us because we were younger guys and it was hip and cool. mountain biking wasn't quite as hip and cool as BMX was back in the day. So once we got older and it started to get a little bit better and you could ride a mountain bike like a BMX bike, then it started to get a little more, it was a little more attractive for me at that point.
So we're talking about mountain biking, and Great Falls is surrounded by mountains, but off air eludes me to think that you don't spend a lot of time necessarily up in the Little Belts or in the high woods. You spend it more in kind of in town.
Well, daily, I ride the bikes daily, no matter what the weather. I've ridden as low as 43 below zero. Oof. And 111 above zero.
Do you drive a car?
I do.
Okay.
He drove here today.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't go on streets. I don't go on pavement unless I have to. Like today, I'll have to ride a pavement because you can't go on the trails because they're muddy. So I'll have to do it. But generally speaking, I don't care what the weather is. I'm going to ride.
So mud is a detractor, huh? I would have thought like that would be a badge of honor to get all muddy.
Have you ever been in this mud in Great Falls?
Yeah.
Then you know you can't. It's impossible. Clogs
sludge.
up. You can't ride it. It's impossible to ride in the mud. Now, say in Maine, you can go through big old mud swamps and ruts, and they go. Shoop, I'm good. Out here, it goes. Shoop. I will harden this way and be this way for 6 months, and you will dread the day that you ever did it. You can't do it.
Okay, that is good to know. Is that across the board? Anywhere on the trail, the mud's going to be like that?
Here in Great Falls, yes.
Along the river breaks there, it's like the Montana gumbo.
That's the word I was trying to think of, the gumbo.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can go out there and ride. Like we've been out there riding, and then the rainstorm comes in, and it's like, boy, trying to get back out of there is a real.
It's ugly.
Ooh,
it's a death march, or can be a death march.
So there is an obvious difference between dirt and gravel portions of the trail.
Yeah, when you become a real aficionado, mountain bike aficionado, you really cue into what the trail conditions are like. Like Henry and I. We love it when it's frozen. Like if the trail's frozen, we call it rip and grip conditions. Because it's frozen, it's fast, but you still have good traction.
Okay.
You can get into like the loamy dirt or desert, sandy dirt kind of stuff. I mean, or trails like down in Moab where it's just almost all rock the whole way. So there's a lot of different conditions, and people may even have a preference for that too. I know, like if you think about like a powder day skiing, the desire in the mountain bike would be the loamy day, like finding a nice loamy, dark woods kind of scenario where the dirt is very lush and very, yeah.
It's sort of sticky but doesn't stick.
Okay.
It's a hero trail.
Hero dirt, yeah.
Hero dirt.
Yeah.
So is it when it's frozen what you were describing? But would that be comparable, say, to like in dirt track racing, like a dry slick? Like, is that the word? I don't know.
Maybe if someone had watered it and then came through with a roller.
Yeah, like a tackiness to it.
When it's frozen, it doesn't really have a tackiness to it.
Yeah,
no,
it's just more of the dry slick.
And that's where the trick comes in. Like during, one thing that's really cool about Great Falls is you can ride almost year round around here. And, obviously the snow's melting and that happens, but we wait for those frozen days or, periods of frozen weather. And I mean, obviously Henry said he'd be out there in 20 below. I'm kind of at like 27 degrees is my magic mark.
Above,
yeah. Above, yeah.
And most people. I lead a ride on Tuesday nights, and we do it at 6 o'clock every Tuesday night during the summer. And then as it gets light, it gets less and less and less, and I'm still going out there. And this is the first year I haven't ridden every Tuesday night because nobody shows up. But I love night riding too. It's fabulous.
So tell me, I have often heard people say that our mountain biking or biking portions of the trail are ideal because of the year-roundness of it, where other areas of the state might just be socked in with wet or snow. We don't necessarily have that because we live a bit in the banana belt of Montana, except for last week. Winter's pretty light around here.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's one of the great things about Great Falls is having almost year-round access out there. And obviously when it gets wet, like we were talking Montana gumbo, you're probably going to want to stay off of it. But if you can catch it when it's frozen, if you have that availability to do so, it's fantastic. I mean, you'll have
frozen, then you have some icy patches, and some snow
I was
patches.
like, all this sounds very slick.
Adds
Like,
no, well, it just adds a
Well,
thrill
it can
to
be
it.
if you don't pay attention, but
Yeah.
it's a blast. I mean, it's just so much fun. It's like one night, do you know Box Elder?
like the
We know
town-
of
like
no,
Box Elder,
Not the town.
Box Elder
on
Creek
the,
on the
Creek.
trail.
way far out. Yeah,
The
yeah.
Lost Fork.
Yeah.
So one night it's about 1 o'clock, and I was watching a movie. I said, "Man, I bet that dirt's good." So I strapped on my lights, and I went out there and back, scared to death. Not of the trail, but of lions.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because there's always signs out there in Box Elder. Always signs. But so your hair is all sticking up. And you have
Yeah.
the snow and bits of ice. What a blast! It was fabulous.
Did you see any?
I did not, and you wouldn't.
They saw you.
You wouldn't. If last thing you would remember is, oh, that hurt.
Yeah.
So you're not just committed to riding. You both have a very strong connection to the portions of the trail system that are designed for mountain biking. Why don't we get into that a little bit?
Sure, Bill.
Oh,
And tell us some of the
we didn't
terms
answer
too,
the
because
first question she asks.
What?
You probably don't even remember what it was it?
Yeah, I tend to just
which
talk
one?
out my
you,
butt.
you can
all
go
the
say
time.
what. Yeah.
I'll remember
floor's
after
yours,
a bit,
you
and I'll say
explain.
it.
Okay.
You asked us why we was.
Well, I think one of the things where Henry and
Oh,
I.
I got it. Sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt.
no, no.
I do apologize.
Yeah, have at
You
it.
said, okay, I remember now. You said, but you don't do like the big belts and
Oh,
all
right,
that
right.
stuff.
Oh,
What we do is day trips. So
sure.
we'll go up there. We'll get a bunch of us, and we'll go up to like Crystal Lake.
Mhm.
We'll go up to Lincoln. And other times we go off to Moab and Salt Lake City. Fabulous places to ride. Just insanely fun.
But I mean, keeping it to central Montana here, there are, like you mentioned, Crystal Lake out
Yeah.
in the Big Snowies. That's a
Yeah.
really good one. You can also explore the ice caves out there.
Yeah.
So that's fun. And then the Little Belts have a lot of good riding too. And then
Copper City.
Copper City down by Three Forks. And then the Highwoods too. There's really good riding there. So for
Cool.
Great Falls, I mean, we have our local trails, but we have the Highwoods, we have the Little Belts, and then we have the Big Snowies. We used to ride up in the Rocky Mountain front, just not into the wilderness, not into the
Right.
Bob Marshall, but there is some trails up there. They're very primitive. We had a trail up there that we, kind of was famous. It kind of blew up for a little bit. Unfortunately, it got cut in half, and the southern part of it's now wilderness.
Oh,
But man, that Green to Reardon Gulch was such an adventure. And on top of Reardon Gulch there, like where the earth had moved up, you could find seashells.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
how
my.
cool!
So just imagine being in the heart of the mountains, Rocky
Yeah.
Mountain front. You're just kind of wandering around. You stop, you look down, and you're finding seashells.
That's
and
amazing.
stuff. So it was kind of a fun spot because it was the top of the descent, and so we'd stop there, hang out, refresh, look at seashells, whatever we could find.
Crystal Lake's like that too.
down.
You go down through that. What's that crushed rock they call it?
Like a shale?
It is shale, but they call it something
Scree-
different.
Screefield?
Screefield. If you just stop and walk along there, you can find all crustaceans in those rocks, and that's pretty high up
That's
there.
amazing. Yeah.
And the ice caves are cool. Like to have that in a ride where you can ride and then go check out these ice caves is pretty cool.
that is
That is
pretty
neat.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what had we moved on to now?
Maybe talking about how the trail building
Oh yes.
Yeah.
came to
And
fruition.
So I
yes.
want to start with what portion of the River's Edge Trail are we talking about? And is there any special classifications of it? Because we see it on the map. I know I've mentioned this to our listeners in the past. Not an avid bicyclist. I like to go downhill. That's really my strength.
So
Nothing
do I.
wrong with that.
I love it. Yeah, Bobbin Hills.
Deer Valley.
So that's going to be where you're going to find me on a bike on a trail. So there's some portions of the trail that I haven't explored because of that.
Right.
But when we look at the River's Edge Trail map, we see this section called the Mayhem Trails, which is more
babies.
for the mountain biking experience.
Yes.
Does it come with any designation, any classification other than scary and hard, or
When you start the trail, it has a rectangular sign like this with an exclamation point. So that's your first one. Then it says cliffs. So that's your second point. And then you roll over the top and you look down. You go, that's it. I'm not going there.
They turn around and back
Those
up.
are the ones I built. I try to make the beginning as scary as I can make it. That way people won't get in there that don't have the skills and get hurt.
So not only is it signed, you know, saying that this is beginner, intermediate, or expert, or some other thing to be aware of, like dangerous cliffs or exposure. We also tried to make, you know, like he was saying, the entrance to those trails a little more difficult, so that if someone was like, you know, wanting to try it out, but got into it and was like, okay, this is too much for me, they can easily back up out of it. And there's a variety of trails out there. I mean, we've got, you know, very beginner, very mellow, you know, easy grade stuff out there. And then we've also got the stuff that like Henry and I built that's much more challenging.
So let's back up to the fact that you guys have built this trail. You're the godfathers of the trail portion here. What happens where you're just like, hey, let's take a shovel and head out here and do some stuff? Like what
Boredom.
led to this?
Absolutely bored.
You're just
tears.
sitting at home and your wife looked
No.
at you and said, you need to spend more time outdoors.
No, we'd go off to Moab and other places like that. And when we got back here, it was like, that's it.
That's
what we had.
lacking.
It was just bored us to tears. So I think you were originally the one to looked over the side. That
Of a
would be a
cliff?
good
Yeah.
place. That would be a good place to build a trail. And from then it never stopped.
Mm,
So yeah, boredom for me. It was just bored to I like technical riding.
okay.
Yeah, I think, you know, that kind of sums it up for me as well. Like kind of expanding on what we did have out there. It was limited, but there was stuff out there. But you know, Henry and I, we wanted to be more than a weekend warrior and maybe have to travel to some of these places. We wanted to have that amenity here in Great Falls and have,
It's one of those big words, amenity.
yeah.
It's a good word.
We like that word. Yeah.
And so, you know, so to try to create that area out here, because there wasn't anything to that degree out here. And so, you know, we riding in different places. I was riding with a crew from Missoula at the time, and I'd go down there, or friends in Helena, and they'd be like, hey, we're building stuff, you know, come check out this new trail, stuff's moving along. And, you know, I was slightly envious of that and wanted to, you know, bring it to Great Falls and have the opportunity for us to ride. I mean, it's somewhat selfish. We want our trails. We want to have trails to ride, but it is public land. So we want everybody to come out, whether they're hiking or walking or trail running or riding bikes out there.
So how do you feel though about a slow walker on your trail?
It's
Come on
fine.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. We'll come up, let you know we're behind you, or if you're walking in front of us, you know, you will stop and let them pass, or they might move off and let us pass. But,
Yeah.
but
What's
Just be
proper
courteous.
etiquette?
to me, I let anyone pass, behind me or in front of me. They have dogs, because mountain bikers get a bad rap, and I think I'm not going to be part of that
Right.
story.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
you should stop and let them go past. Or if they get off the side and wave you through, go ahead. But what you don't do is come blasting through and say, keep your blah, blah, blah. That's incorrect.
Yeah. I mean, I've never had and I've been riding mountain bikes on the trails here in Montana for a long time, and I've never had a bad experience with somebody. I've
Nope.
never, you know, I'm always, like Henry said, if I see someone coming, I'll give them first dibs, like, hey, I'll stop, you come along if you want. And a lot of times they're like, no, you're going downhill or something, or keep going, you know? And so, I mean, just the other week I was on the trail and ran into an older gentleman, and I was riding and we started talking. So I just started pushing my bike and talking, and we had a great conversation about the state of food in America and his fruit trees that he's growing along the lake there and stuff. So I find that as an opportunity to talk with folks too. Not everybody wants to, you know, say more than hi to you when you're out there, but as long as like a head nod is made or some type of gesture, then I think we're good to go, you know. And
The etiquette actually for bike riders is whoever's coming uphill, they have the right of way, and you just stop and let them come up.
I think at the end of the day, the mountain biker is going to yield to all the other users.
Okay.
You know, if you want to be technical about it, that doesn't always play out there, because sometimes I'll stop and say, "Hey, come on," you know, and they're like, no, you go, and so I'll go or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a
I'd want to get out of your way, so that would be my preference.
And this is on the south side of the river, or part of the South Shore trailhead is where you would access, correct?
Well, we have both.
yeah.
North and south.
We kind of look at it, being the damn town it is. We look at it as like Rainbow Dam is kind of the starting point there. So you have a trailhead on the South Shore, and then you have a trailhead on the North Shore, and then those go out to Cochrane. Once you're on the South Shore, there's no other vehicle access. Once you park at Rainbow Dam, you're off and running. If you go out to the North Shore, you can access it at Rainbow Dam, and then you can go out to Ryan Dam, like where that little park is and stuff. And so once you go out to
Maroney.
yeah, and Maroney too, right? So 3 spots on the north side, and then once you get to Ryan Dam, then you're off to Maroney. And then that's pretty much where the trail ends on the north side, and then on the south side it ends at Box Elder.
Okay. Have you built trail on the north side?
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think one thing that Henry and I'd like to talk about is maybe our IMBA visit, the International Mountain Bike Association.
Yeah, because I've heard Helena has like IMBA silver
Right.
trails. Do we have a color?
I don't know what
An
that
IMBA
we have a
color?
bronze. Actually, we have a bronze.
Do we have a bronze?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they're just trying to give the cities or towns where the trails are at some type of designation, or saying that this is like a gold star, like a Michelin 5-star restaurant experience
Okay.
or whatever.
Yeah.
They're saying Helena has an abundance of trails out the back door, so they're very fortunate in that respect. So they are deserving of that that
Very, very
IMBA
active.
silver.
yeah, silver.
But you got to climb.
A lot of
Who wants to climb?
Not I. I go downhill.
That's why we built the trails the way we did. That's a little short, punchy, but other than that, it's like it's
Ooh.
awesome.
I wish we could capture that noise you made as something. Yeah.
That's how I feel when I'm doing it. It's so good.
So tell us about IMBA's coming. IMBA was here. IMBA.
Left.
They've left the building.
What is IMBA?
Okay, so IMBA, real quick, is the International Mountain Bike Association.
Okay.
And at that time, they were sponsored by Subaru. Actually, the 2 times that we've had them in Great Falls, the first time that we had them, I consider that the Breaking the Ice event with the trail manager, or whoever's in charge of the trail or that network or that conservation easement. So that first one was a long time ago. I don't even remember a date on it, but we did that one there. We worked on some stuff on the South Shore Trail, and I don't know. We maybe
They
had
taught us a little bench press.
yeah. They taught us how to dig
Cut.
trail,
Yeah.
and what IMBA's, I'm sure like the Forest Service probably has a guideline to it, but IMBA was the one that really came out and produced a technical manual to building trails and saying that look, if you build it in this manner, it's going to be sustainable. It's not going to have the water runoff. You're not going to have drainage issues or fall line issues and that kind of stuff. So,
Wow.
Do you know what a fall line issue is?
No.
She said, wow. That's what the motorcycles do because it's fun. They'll go straight up. Like when you go particularly from Cochrane out to Ryan's, it's up, down, not fun. But when you get to the other part, it's great fun. But so this,
Why is up,
what it
down, not
ruts out-
fun? That sounds fun.
well, you want to pedal up?
Well, I would
part
say
of
right
that?
at the moment. I think
Oh, no,
you're
no, there's no
riding
momentum.
down, and then you just
No,
have to
there's-
pedal like
momentum,
half up.
yeah.
That's the way
the
we build
momentum
them.
dies.
There's
Like,
Okay.
you have to pedal,
Okay.
then, so it's
Okay.
just not fun and flowy.
Okay.
and that's the other thing that the IMBA, manual was getting at, is making the trail entertaining and fun. Because there's not a trail user group out there that's probably going to have a better idea where every single rock or root is on the trail. Because that's just us mountain bikers. I can
Close
describe.
my eyes, I
and I
can
could-
ride it.
I could describe a feature out on the trail to Henry, and he'd probably know right where I'm talking about. So,
Why is it so different?
different.
Like why?
Like the experience of
Why?
it? Or?
No. Why would you, as mountain bikers, be more in tune to that than like a hiker or something like that? Like having it memorized, having that trail memorized.
Well, I just think
Well,
for
they love it too.
yeah, I mean, obviously that someone who hikes a trail is going to have some memory of the trail and
You
these.
cover more ground,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah,
Well,
but
with-
they step over everything.
We're
Roots and
rolling.
rocks. We're rolling. We have
Yeah.
to be prepared, the
Mm.
right position, right gear
So you don't
to
get
get
thrown
over
off a
whatever
cliff.
situation. Well,
Yeah, that
yeah,
too.
that has happened.
Or like for me, like I'm always looking for side hits. So I'm looking for
Pedal
like,
clips.
you know, a rock or something that lends itself to being a jump.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So that kind of stuff. So when I say mountain bikers are really keen on the trail, it's because we're looking to have an experience on that trail.
Okay.
And whether that's just going as fast as you can and winning a race, or whether that's like having a fun time with your friends and showing them that you can, you know, jump off the rock better than they can.
okay.
And they can.
Then that's part of that experience too.
Okay.
Is
But
there a lot of
that's-
trash talking between you two
Oh.
on the trail?
Not
Like,
us.
No.
He's way better than me.
Nah.
But that is a big part of mountain biking.
to his point about making little jumps and stuff. Jim, what is Jim's last name? Do you know?
Coles. Is it Coles?
Oh, it is Jim Coles. Jim Coles and Chance. Those two have gone out and
Yes.
made the trails a lot more interesting. They've put in berms that really shouldn't have lasted. The water should have come down and tore them up, and for some reason, it hasn't. Hallelujah! But they've also made anywhere you can, any sideshow they can get off, they're jumping off it, and they make
adding
a
features.
lot of features, which makes it so if someone wants a bit more stuff like him and those guys, or me, I can just go beside it. My old regular stuff, their stuff is next notch up. So
Mhm.
Jim and Chance have really done a lot, and Tracy helps out a lot out there too.
so
Coles.
before you get the IMBA people here, this isn't land you own.
That's for sure.
So was there a big
I wish you did.
was there a big process to say this is what we want to do, and someone
Yes.
had to say
Yeah.
go for it, or you're just like
Well-
let's sneak out at night and just start doing this and see if anybody notices?
I mean, I think for
Yes.
you know, you can always, and I don't, you know, promote this or condone this behavior, but people can always go out and technically build a trail, right? I mean, it's nothing stopping them per se. That wasn't the route that Henry and I wanted to take because we wanted to make this area public. We wanted, so if we just went out there on our own and just cut in some secret trails and it was just like, you know, Henry and the bros and I know about it, you know, we wanted to broaden the horizon here in Great Falls and have that as a public access. So that's where it makes things maybe a little more difficult because now we've got to engage with a land manager and he may or may not, or she may not be interested in mountain biking or have much knowledge of it even. And so again, for us, it was fortunate that Matt Marcinek came on to the Fish, Wildlife, and Parks kind of in that time zone there. And he was an active guy himself. He had mountain biked. He kind of knew what was going on. So when we initially approached him, I mean, there was some hesitation there. You know.
Let's tell the real story. No, let's
I'm gonna
not clean it up.
Sugarcoat it a little bit here.
We were building the trail, and we talked to one of the city folks. I won't say who, and he said, "Just let us know. We'll get signage when you want to cut it into the other trail." So, unbeknownst to us, we think everybody's after.
We had
a
the
bit,
green,
we-
the green
we thought
light.
We had the green light.
Yeah.
Once we did that, all heck broke loose. Matt was crazy mad. The city was crazy mad. Everyone walked around like us, like this. They wanted to fine us and put us in jail and all sorts of naughty things. It took a year and a half for everyone to simmer down and think, because they tried to put it all into, because the city has bits of land all over the place, and they tried to manage it, and they found out it was just too much that they couldn't. So they finally said, "Yeah, okay, you can cut that in." And then from then on, they said, "Well, if we can do this, how about we do this one here?" But from then on, we did it properly, and Matt Marcinek was absolutely wonderful in his help.
Because most of that land out there is either Northwest Energy, parts of it's Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, and then city has some land out there too, but it all gets administered by Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. So that's why we worked closely with Matt Marcinek from Fish, Wildlife, and Parks to build those trails. So we had done some work on the South Shore, you know, the years prior to the big IMBA visit where we had 50 people at that visit. And we actually we were the second in the nation that year, second to Austin, Texas, for the number of participants in that visit.
Cool.
So what happens when IMBA visits? Do they bring people to help build trail? Do they just come and ride? Do they?
A little bit of all. I mean,
There's
it's
normally a couple of people.
yeah, it's usually like most of the times it was like a husband and wife would come out, and and so they'd come out, and with the North Shore there with Matt Marcinic, he had a vision of that trail as well. Like he wanted to see a trail established from Rainbow Dam all the way out to Cochrane. So he had, said, "Hey, Travis, this might be a great chance to invite IMBA for another visit. We can train an MCC crew," which they had present at the time, and all the volunteers and everything. So I submitted for the application. We got it, and then we scheduled a time and everything. They show up, and they did two workshops with us on that visit. One of them was the Better Living Through Trails workshop, which is pertains more to how trails can benefit a community, get people involved in economic, thing as well. So we put that show on, and then we had the IMBA Trail Building School, and that was, just kind of a hands-on, well, not hands-on at that point, but a classroom study of it, kind of the theory of trail building. And then we would go out to the trail and then put we're using McLeod's, Pulaski's, pickaxes, that kind of stuff. And then, we would just, what they taught us and what the landscape around here will lend itself to, then we would just go out there and put that into practice. And what was really good is that MCC crew hung around for like 2 or 3 weeks afterwards. And, they got trained by IMBA, so they were a little more knowledgeable of that type of style of building trail. And then they went to town on the North Shore. And I think maybe that was like a 2-year project or something from Rainbow to Cochrane there. And along with that too, we did get a guy out there on a mini excavator, and he did some digging as well out there.
He did all the this mounds here where there's no cliff and you drop off. He could go around. It's what I call the grunt before you get to the good stuff. But my wife loves it, particularly since the berms are in there, because Jim put those berms in what used to be flat corners. Flat corners are yucky. Flat corners actually, either last year or the year before, that was my worst accident ever between Cochrane and Ryan's. I was going way too fast on a flat curve, and a little pebble like that, which shouldn't be a problem, but man, it took me down, and I pile drived in. I punctured a lung.
Oh my!
It deflated. I broke 5 ribs and cracked my sternum. Well, then I'm like,
how fast were you going?
Well, it couldn't have been that fast. It was a flat corner. It was fast enough.
Come on!
So,
if that doesn't happen at 3 miles an hour,
he might be able to make it happen at that.
So I had to pedal out. It's probably 6 miles from there. So I couldn't
with
pedal
a
up the hills.
deflating lung.
Yeah. So it was. I'd always driven myself to emergency room and passed, but this one, I had Chance drive me there. So they stuck a tube in, and 5 days later, I got out and said, "When can I ride again?" So,
Wow. Building the trail, though, that seems like really hard. I mean, you were talking about pickaxes.
Like
you were talking about
daunting.
hanging off a cliff. Like what does that look like actually, like building the trail?
well, I took my wife out to the shore. I'd already put in the pins, little flags.
Okay.
You can see what you do. And I took her, where you go in the entrance to Chaos.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's wide open now. They used to be full up with everything. And I took her down through. I said, "Look, you have to grab this limb. You have to slide under here."
Gosh.
And then start to take her out the shore where it was. And she's such a good sport. So
she said yes.
oh yeah, she rarely says no to me.
She said yes to.
Bless this woman.
Forever.
Bless this woman.
Bless her indeed. So I took the city out to do that. They just looked over and started down. They said, "So it's all like this?" I said, "Well, pretty much." And they turned around and went back. So they said, "Go do what you do, Henry." So
And you did.
And
I
he does.
did.
He did, and he does.
Well, thank you, both of you, for your hard work out there making that possible. So there's these paths out there to enjoy.
It's
so
insanely hard work.
I can't
How
even
many-
begin to imagine
Yeah.
how hard.
There was a moment when my current spouse said, "Hey, do you want to build some sidewalk?" And I looked at him, I'm like, "No." And that's not
Flat surface.
That's pretty
Right, that's
easy.
just like a
How long does it take to build sections of this trail?
I mean, like on Chaos, for example, with that being on such a
steep.
steep.
I think that took me 2 years to build that.
Are you out there by yourself, Henry?
Yeah.
With a shovel?
No, we don't use shovels. We use Pulaski, McLeod's,
like a
and
like
a little
hoe,
hand
rogue
saw.
hoe, kind of a hoe type thing.
hand saw, and clippers. That's all they'd allow me to use. A lot of work. You could drag this stuff out of the way. You could. On Chaos is really one of the part was fun. We had a guy named Stefan that used to live here. No, his last name. Jared Stefan. I got Stefan and Stefan. Jared, I didn't know him at the time. I'd be building during the day, and then I'd come back the next day, and there'd be piles of rocks that I need to use. I think that's awesome. So I'd use all those up. And
You don't know how these rocks
no.
are showing up?
We call it the trail fairy.
I'd go back out the next day, more rocks. Fabulous. So this went on for probably, I reckon 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month, and I finally caught him out there. I said, "Oh, you are the rock fairy." Saved tremendous amount of work by him dragging those down. Then I just got to place him, and I'm a lunatic. I'm an absolute lunatic to work with. Just not easy. So because it has to be just perfect, there can't be any wiggle. And then you have to do armoring on the side so it won't slough off. And then you have the just right this way. A lot of people just cut down straight. Well, no, it has to be. I can't remember what the angle is. Is it 45?
I don't know exact angle, but we're looking for a bench, what we call a bench cut on there. So again, for the sustainability of the trails, that when it rains and the water is sheeting off the hillside, that it doesn't collect on the trail. That it's just kind of like the trail isn't a speed bump to that. It just kind of accentuates it, and it just the water just keeps going.
So say this was a trail here. You'd cut it in here, and the land comes here. So it comes down here, rolls over this, and rolls over that. So it doesn't dig anything out.
So what you didn't see, folks, was I'm going to call an angle over a hump onto flat.
That's mountain biker talk. Right
Yeah,
there.
right,
That's
yeah.
what we're talking about.
But also,
I'm ready to go.
You sound like engineers. I mean, do you both?
You
do you
have
have
to be-
engineering backgrounds? Like that's
In the engineering background.
I think of us more as artists. I think
Yeah.
it's more
Yes.
of an art. I think building trail and like some of the trails I've ridden, I know some of the builders, and I can just kind of go, "Oh, this guy built that," or I know, TerraFlow built that, or whatever it was. You can kind of pick up on it a little bit because people kind of have their own style or what they're looking for in the trail.
So this is like when Jack Nicholas says, "This is
creates the
how
golf
I want
courses?
this course laid out." That's what you guys are doing for a trail system.
except they're actually building
it's
it too.
exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and Jack's not building his
What you
golf
see
course.
is a line. You'll look at a hill and you see a line. You say, that's where it needs to go.
Yeah.
And then you get on the other side and look back and say, no, that can't go there. Got to move it a bit over here. So you keep going back and forth till you get it just so everything flows.
I mean, initially, Henry and I've spent a lot of time out there just wandering around.
Yeah.
Just wandering around, checking stuff out, looking at hillsides, wondering if the trail could go through there. Were the natural undulations in the landscape out there?
Undulation.
That's a
Yeah.
I like that word.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that's cool about the river breaks out there. It's just like the topography of all that and the options to it. And I still think of them as this, like a technical pump track. So,
Okay.
that's kind of the idea of the trails out there, so that, you don't have the fall line down and then a straight fall line up. It's more of a tighter system in there where you can, like a roller coaster, kind of make it like a roller coaster ride. And that's the landscape out there really lends itself well to that.
Yeah, that's what my wife said. She's an artist. I mean, she paints, she does clay, all that stuff. And she says, why don't you look at this? I said, I'm not an artist. I don't know what that is. I didn't say it with that tone, clearly. But, honey, I don't really understand that. That's a more of a tone.
Yeah.
But
She's going to listen to this
Yeah.
and now know.
I don't know. She said, no, you are an artist. I said, what are you talking about? He says, look at those trails. And I'd often stop and look at my work with admiration. I'd go, oh, my God, there was nothing there.
Yeah.
Nothing. And look at this now. Oh, this is fabulous. I said, So I have art, but it's limited.
And another thing, it's like kind of, I don't say paint by numbers, but like once we've wandered around out there enough and figured out what we want to do, then we go out there with pin flags. And then that's when we start walking along and start dropping pins in the ground, and maybe every 3 or 4 feet, whatever, and create that visual like ribbon, through the landscape there, and walk it enough and visualize it enough and say, okay, this looks good. This area may need little more work. This may need more attention than the others. And then once you've got that guide in, the pin flags in, then that's when you bring in a crew, and then they start cutting in that trail.
Or not.
Or not a trail. Or just Henry.
Yeah.
Oh, we've had
The
crews
crew,
for sure.
yeah.
And they are good. What they'll do will rough it in, and then I go back and do the
The refinement.
Finessing.
Yeah, the refinement of the trail. Yeah.
That's artistic too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. I'm an
Yeah,
artist.
there you
Who knew?
How much more do you guys have in you?
Well, I'll go to I don't go anymore.
So how many more miles of trail are you ready to build?
Well,
We're about ready.
We'd love to build tons more. I mean, yeah, for us, the sky's the limit. If you ask us how many miles we can build, well, like indefinitely, we could build stuff all over out there.
But our next trail is almost ready to be started. We're just waiting for one more. I think they've already done the survey. So once that survey is done, then we should be able to start planting the pins probably this March, April, May time. That'll start at Rainbow North Shore, but below the road, which will be loads of fun compared to the one up in the prairie. They go,
I like that one, Henry.
I should mention too that once we've pin flagged a trail, like once Henry and I will say we've gone out there and walked it and pin flagged it, then that's when we bring the land manager out and say, does this look suitable to you? And they may have a different opinion on a route or something, or 20 feet of the trail or whatever. And so we rework that or do whatever. But then they also, we also have to get the cultural study done. So they're going to run someone through there. They're going to check the landscape out, make sure we're not infringing on any indigenous sites out there, anything like that. Once that's all been approved, the land manager's on board. If it's Northwest Energy or somebody that we're working with, that agency gives us the approval. Then that opens up the floodgates, and we're out there building trails.
we're away.
Yeah,
It's a lot of steps though.
it is.
Yeah.
For sure.
Once it's pin marked,
Pinned.
pinned, do people go out on it?
They can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's physically impossible to ride where we build them
Yeah.
before it's cut in. Can't do it.
I mean, certainly someone could go out there and walk it and
Yes.
say, hey, I got a better idea or whatever for you guys. But it's really at a rough go at that first stage there. It's just the landscape the way it is. We just see a route through there, and then once we bring in the workers, then that's when we start to hack away and remove the material, and the trail really starts to take shape.
One of the best one I had was with Tracy Coles. I said, Tracy, you got to come see this rocky road where it's going to go. So I'm taking him out there and I'm dragging him through there. He brought his bike. I said, why in the heck did you bring your bike? You can hardly walk through here. So he brings his bike all through there. He says, well, I'll go get yours. I said, well, we just got to walk around. I'll get it. I said, all right. So when we do that, he told his son, and he told me, he said, that is stupid. I will never work. No, you can't build a trail here. And I always tell people, if I can put a pin in it, I can build a trail there. And he ended up doing so much of the work. Tracy Cole, just unbelievable amount of work. He had stress at work, so we'd go down there in the evenings, and I'd
Take
be
it
my
out.
little Nazi nut going and say, that's not quite right. We need to move that's wiggling and give him more stress. And but if you ever go and walk Rocky Road, oh my God, it goes right up. You have the cliffs right up here. You have this right here, and then bars almost hit it here, and you splash. But it's wonderful. It's gorgeous.
And Rocky Road's a portion of these
Trails, yeah. It's just,
mayhem portions of the trail.
yeah, they're all the mayhem trails, but each portion got its own
A
name
name.
designation.
Does it have like a name plate out there so
Yes.
people
Yeah.
know? Oh.
Yeah, Frank Liberty
Yeah.
has been a big help in this.
And then Tracy did the last one.
Yep. And so, yeah, we have signage out there like that first sign at the South Shore there.
Mm-hmm.
That was Franklin Liberty. He made that sign, and we posted up, as a map, maybe some thank yous on there, different stuff. And then he started making the trail signs for chaos and mayhem and all that.
Well, that was nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I should say should we say the reason why we named it mayhem? I think Henry
Yeah.
alluded to it earlier with our relationship with the people that
How your
It was
relationship
nothing.
started.
yeah our relationship with the powers that be initially. So we just thought it fitting to name that trail Mayhem.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, and then you had a chaos section you were
That-
talking about.
Yeah, that came later. Mayhem was
Okay.
first, and then we did chaos.
Then we did no tap.
And I should say, chaos was being built. That was a prosperous year for us, or 2 years, because we had chaos going, and then we were also working on the North Shore as well. So that was those years were
Good times.
Good times, yeah.
So the new trail you're working on, is that going to be on the South Shore, the North Shore?
North Shore.
North Shore. What are you going to call that portion?
It's still up for debate.
Ooh, so maybe if someone wanted to do naming rights, they could pay to have it be the Rebecca Ingham Pretty Trail.
How much would they want to pay?
How much cash is being?
I don't even have a Henry trail name. You want to run in and get your?
No, we can be bought. I mean, we're not-
Yeah, I can be bought for a lot less than probably what it takes to build a trail. So
if you want to finance the next MCC crew for his project, hey, we'll name it after you. You got it.
At least your middle name.
Yeah. So yeah.
So really a labor of love. How many
Mhm.
how many hours would you say?
Oh,
I used to work 5 days a week out there.
I mean, we'd spend all day out there sometimes digging.
He had a job, so he had to work. But I'd go out there whenever I felt like getting up, and I'd work all day and
Wow.
go home, start over again.
And usually on if we have a National Trails Day, like a
Yeah.
sanctioned work day, we'll call it, or a publicized work day. I mean, I've just found through that and other projects that you only get about 2 to maybe 3 hours out of, just kind of a standard volunteer,
Sure.
That's about as much as you're going to get, which is great. We'll work them.
Any help's good.
Yeah. But that's usually about the amount of time you'll get, So for Henry and I to go out there on a day off and meet up with them, yeah, we'd spend all day out there building.
Wow.
You talked about mountain lions. What kind of wildlife have you seen out on these trails, either riding or building?
Well, the scariest was a badger on Chaos.
Oh,
I come ripping around this corner, well, as much as an old man can rip. So I came around this corner, and all of a sudden he stands up.
oh my!
And he said, "No further, no one shall pass." And then he ran a little bit, turned around, stood up still in the trail, and said, "I told you no one."
Oh,
So I followed from behind, and he probably went for a quarter of a mile, almost the entire length of it, and would not get out of that lane.
That was his trail riding buddy that day.
And then he went off over the side. But that one, I'd never heard a noise like that. I thought, whoa,
wow!
crazy.
I guess it's good you were riding and not.
But
building that
porcupines are
day.
all over the
Yeah,
place.
porcupines.
Rabbits. Rabbits are out there trying to kill you. They dart in front of you, then they'll dart back, and you'll think, oh,
Dang rabbits.
rabbits. So yeah,
Rattlesnakes.
We see lots of rattlesnakes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And then there was
not
that.
so much on the trail though. Down
Well,
below.
remember when we were building Mayhem, and I think it was down below it, and there was that huge bull snake.
Ooh.
I mean, he was a big boy. He was-
I don't remember that. I've seen a
remember that
lot of big ones. I bet the biggest one. I bet it was at least 9 feet long, and that was
Oh my god!
9 feet?
honest to God.
That's-
It's a man
that's a-
talking.
Terrifying. Yeah.
So
That might be a
It was big.
fisherman
2 feet.
tale.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
When the adrenaline's running, the excitement's up. It was 9
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
it was flipping huge.
I followed a 1,000-pound bear one time in the Bob Marshall Wilderness. I know how that goes.
There you go.
You said bald eagles, though.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yes.
bald eagles. Yeah,
Golden eagles, everything. We've seen a murder.
Of crows, or an actual murder.
Dang
No,
it.
Yeah.
crows.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was, if it's out there, I think I've probably seen it. I've almost been hit by deer. I don't know how many
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, they get a little unaware of their surroundings
Mhm.
sometimes.
They get the deer in the headlights.
Well,
Yeah.
the bike is quiet too. If you're not
Yeah.
pedaling, it's
Yeah.
so quiet. you just all of a
There.
sudden they go,
You're there.
what the?
Yeah,
And they run right in front of you.
So let's talk a little bit about e-bikes. Are you fans? Are you not fans? And are they allowed on this portion of the trail?
I'm a fan. I'm a
Yeah.
fan of all kind of biking.
Okay.
Yeah, if it gets people out there, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, let it rip.
Nice.
Yeah, my wife rides an e-bike now.
Okay.
Mm.
I
Nice.
have an e-bike. I don't ride it very much yet. I figured when I get older, I'm going to need it. So I bought it a few years ago in anticipation of getting older.
Mm.
So
But you haven't
You're
gotten
ready?
older yet?
not
Makes
yet.
sense.
As you can see, like
I'm working on it. Memory's not that good. Out and back trails are perfect for people with
Yeah.
my memory.
You
You're
don't
gonna
have to
get lost.
remember.
That helps.
You're gonna get
hard to get
lost.
lost, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that helps.
This is
Yeah.
the end. So that's fun.
Well, I
Cool.
certainly appreciate all the work
Yeah.
you've done. I've heard many people talk about these mayhem portions of the trail and how much fun they are for mountain biking.
Yeah.
I just agree with them because I'm not an expert in that area
You
of
should
the
walk
world
it.
at all. I have wanted to.
You need
Um,
to.
Yeah.
And there's a great story about we got a picture from Chance of Box Elder, and our content director at the time says, "Hey, do you know where this is?" I'm like, "I don't." So we messaged Chance, and Chance like, "Oh, it's at Box Elder," and she's like, "Do you know where Box Elder is?" I'm like, "Nope." So I'm up in the Box Elder area looking for Box Elder Creek, and I'm like, I can't find it on the state highway map. And so we finally went back to Chance, and Chance is like, yeah, you morons. It is like on the trail. And so we pulled out the trail map, and I'm like, oh, it's right here.
Yeah. But
Yeah, that's-
it's
that's-
not as easily accessible if you're not
Yeah.
willing to
That
walk
one's a
or
little
bike.
bit of almost trials riding out there. It's
Mm.
very technical in some places.
That's good to
Yeah,
know.
and it's
So
it's a really cool. There's trees out there.
Little pine trees
Pine
and stuff.
trees.
It's
like
you
a
don't have
for-
it anywhere. Yeah.
it's off
Forested
the South Trail, right?
South Shore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
forested out there. Best description I can give it, and it just feels like you're not. It doesn't feel like you're in Great Falls anymore. It just feels like you're out there. You've got
Yeah.
a good view of the high woods from that vantage point. So
Cool.
it's a very nice landscape. And
Great
there's,
view of the dam.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a view of the dam there, and then you don't really,
Which Ryan,
Ryan's.
right?
and you don't really see much else because the farmhouses are all tucked down low, so you're just seeing basically all prairie to the high woods.
That's neat.
Oh,
It's-
wow.
It's a good view out
That's
there.
really cool.
Yeah.
Fabulous. That's a long way out. Most people don't go out there. I bet there's a handful of us that go out there.
Well, I think the reason I haven't gotten that far out is the distance on foot.
It's-
Kind of have to overnight it.
Get yourself
Right.
an e-bike.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do want that. I do want those things.
They're fabulous.
They want you.
This they're scary though because they make you lazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's
Well,
why I try not to ride them.
The other thing too is that electric motors can provide such a huge initial torque on it. So like once you start mashing the pedals down, if you're heading towards that brick wall, you're going to be heading there even faster.
Yeah.
So you got to know, you know what I mean? Because it's just such
That's
a
why they made brakes.
Is
pick up on
there
that.
a cell service out there? So when
Yes.
I die,
Not on North Shore though. There's a few places you don't have on North
Okay.
Shore. It's
Yeah.
buried.
But if you're
Deep
going to
in
Box
there.
Elder,
I think it's most of the place out there you have
Okay.
it.
well, I can crawl to a place where I can call for help once.
You have no business
I-
to box out there. None. You can go out as far as Ryan's, then turn around.
Yeah, you're done.
You're done.
Well, I really appreciate meeting you both, learning about your love of mountain biking and your dedication to build amazing experiences out on the River's Edge Trail.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that.
I'm not done.
Yeah. You're keep going.
No, I mean with this.
oh,
Well,
No, no.
I'm wrapping us up.
She's
We
starting
don't have to be done talking. We have to be done recording.
Fair enough.
Rebecca, if I may interject real quick, I do
Go.
want to say Great Falls is one of the cool things about Great Falls is the connectivity to the trail. You imagine all the neighborhoods in Great Falls have some type of access to the paved portion of the River's Edge Trail, right? So theoretically, someone can leave their house, hop on the paved portion of the trail, and unfortunately not be able to let's say road out there. It's hard to get to the North Shore per se from the River's Edge Trail, the paved part, but easily accessible.
Yeah.
you know? And so that's a big thing too for around here.
for
It's just,
sure.
I know he rides from his house. I used to ride from my place. And it was just a great thing to have that accessibility to get on the paved trail and then head out there and then have that experience out there where you're really immersed in nature. You're not really seeing any signs of the cities
Yeah.
or
Yep.
Great Falls in particular. And you just see the Highwood Mountains and just the beautiful flowing prairies out there.
Yeah.
The other
would-
thing that is really, really great that's very important for your listeners to know is that you can snowboard during the day and then you can mountain bike at night.
Yeah.
When I was in my 50s, I did that all the time.
That's
That's
cool.
fabulous. That's one of the reasons I stayed here in Great Falls.
Well, and because there's snow in the mountains, but we don't have a lot of snow cover
Generally.
during the winter,
Yep.
unless it's a bad winter,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which it hasn't
It's
been
all
for a
back
while.
east this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially when we're recording this. Mm-hmm.
And the thing that is interesting is it is an in-town trail. Like every access point, even the trailheads are, I'm putting in town in quotes because the North Shore and the South Shore trailheads they feel out of town, but you've not left really the town, but you
Actually-
get that experience.
I have a trail that starts at the golf course.
Okay.
Where that
Which-
the
Ye-
overlook,
which-
you
The
know, you can
overlook, you
Eagle
look at Black
Falls?
Eagle.
Black Eagle Dam
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Black Eagle.
The
You don't
Eagle
have to
Falls
start
Golf Course or Anaconda, north or south?
Eagle
Shore.
Fall. Not no, it's you overlook. They used to call it Eagle
It'd be on the
Falls.
south
What is it? Is it still Eagle
On the
Falls?
south
now?
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Kay.
So you look down onto Black Eagle Dam, and there's
Yeah.
a little sign that says "Do not cross this barrier." But if you were to cross it,
Which you're not supposed
there
to.
might be a trail there.
there might be a
We're not
trail there
sure.
that goes all the way out
Oh.
to Rainbow, South Shore.
Okay.
Mhm.
So if you wanted to hop on it there instead of go out to Giant Springs
Yeah,
Road.
you'd never find
Yeah.
your way. I'd have to take
Yeah.
you.
Or there's fragments of it that what we call the Coulter Trail is
Yeah.
kind of in that zone
Oh,
there
yeah.
too. And that's
Okay.
just
That's
like,
part of it. Yeah.
right in Giant Springs.
That
there.
took
Yeah.
6 years of talking to Matt Masinic for you to let
Huh.
me build out there on the Coulter Trails.
Yeah.
Have you ever been there?
Well, no, I'm just saying yes because there's the falls, Coulter Falls. That's the one that's submerged.
Where do you walk?
On the trail, just not out that far.
No, that's not far.
No, not out
usually
to
do-
Black Eagle or
I
Box
usually do
Elder
the
far.
easy 3.5 mile urban loop. Look at the art.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to
I
change
walk,
your
I'm
mind,
hardy.
go
I
and
walk out that way
Coulter.
though.
Walk out Coulter. There's
Yeah.
trails out through there. So it's fun.
Yeah.
Matt used to always let me ride there, but then
Where do you park to get access to it?
you can park
that-
anywhere
Well, that
between
park,
here and Rainbow.
the park that's above Giant Springs, that's kind of like
Are we talking now on the North Shore?
we on the south side. We'd be at Giant Springs,
Okay.
and we're the Fish, Wildlife, and Parks
Yeah.
office,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So there's all that parking in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you park
lots.
in that area there, then
Uh-huh.
you can access the Coulter Trail.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've
Oh.
snowshoed in that
There
area.
you go.
So someone looking
Yep.
for like a much more beginner friendly,
Yeah.
immediately accessible,
Yeah,
that's
that's a
the
nice
spot.
little area.
Mm.
Good,
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
place
yeah.
to learn your skills of biking.
Yeah, I know
Ooh,
exactly
we
what
forgot
you're
to
talking
tell
about.
about the skills park.
Tell-
Jenna Kalua,
tell-
is that his name? Jenna,
Oh,
Who?
I know that
Jen-
name.
is
Or
Stefan, Jenna,
Stefan Janakula.
Yeah. There
Jenna
it is.
Kula. Fabulous man. He has been tremendous help, and we all did helped with doing the skills park, and it's named after him. And that's up if you park at Rainbow, then or you can park up by the gate when you go past Rainbow. And you go down the skills park up there. That can teach you the bike and park skills all you need. It has
Oh.
teeter-totter, it has skinnies, it has berms, it has rollers, it's a really nice place to learn your skills in there.
Huh. That's
On
on
the
the
south side?
as
South
well.
side, yeah.
Okay.
So the dam parking place is here. The
Uh-huh.
road goes up past it.
Yeah.
And then
There's
there's
like
a-
two different
behind
lots.
the, behind
There's
the
a
base,
gate
kind
there.
of
Yeah.
the gravel road that's
Then,
back there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just park there and walk down that road and you come right on it.
Oh,
Very fun.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, it has
yeah.
drops. It has everything there.
Cool.
So you can learn.
Oh. Coulter Trail connects to it.
Sure.
Okay. In theory. yeah.
Yeah, no, it
You
does.
not
Yeah.
seem committed to that
You
answer.
can if you know where you're going. So you'll go
Okay.
through. You can go down the pavement. Then the first
Yeah.
trail you see to your right, that'll take you right to it.
Okay.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Well, now this is your opportunity to study that map and start to figure out the hidden spots that you've not done before that are going to be a new experience for you when you
Yeah.
come visit Great Falls.
It will be serendipitous.
Ooh.
I can't
Another
wait
big
to
word.
have you back and talking about the trail after you develop on the North Shore, so you can
Yeah.
give us all the details of
But
what to
was it? The
experience
Rebecca
there.
Ingham Pretty Trail?
Yep, that's the name of it. Just have to write the check in order to call it that.
Just keep that check blank.
Yeah.
That's right.
We'll fill in the amount. Don't worry about that.
Well, thank you all for
Yeah, thank
You're most
you.
welcome.
coming to the podcast, enlightening us on some stuff we didn't know about. We really appreciate it.
Get out there, Montana, Great
Yeah.
Falls, and do these trails. I go to all these doctors, all these places, all over the place. I ask everyone, have you been on the trails? Oh, yeah, we've been to Rivers Trail. And I said, well, have you been on the dirt trails? Oh, no, we haven't been on those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much
Get out
more
there,
to
walk
explore.
the dirt.
Yeah.
You see so much. The
Yeah.
people aren't there. It's like your own little paradise.
Yeah.
Mm.
So until we see your bright, smiling, happy, healthy, beautiful faces in our fair city, we do hope you're creating amazing memories with your friends and family wherever you might be. We'll see you soon.
Cheerio.
We're No Dam Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town. Damn, that felt good.